Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see about the problems based on linear equations. Already we have seen about the standard form of linear equation into variable and the lines passing through the origin and how to solve the linear equation problems, some basic problems like how to find the solution of the given equation, how to plot the points on the graph. So about that we have seen in our previous videos. So in this video we are going to see some problems based on linear equations, and whatever problems we are going to discuss, it is taken from NCERT book. So let's move on to the topic. The first question that we are going to see is taken from exercise 4.3 in NCERT book, question number 7. So the question is, Yamini and Fatima, two students of class 9 of a school, together contributed rupees 100 towards the Prime Minister's Relief Fund to help the earthquake victims. Write a linear equation which satisfies the data. You may take their contribution as rupees X and rupees Y. Draw the graph of the same. So what they have given, there are two students and they contributed rupees 100 together they contributed. Just make a note, students. Together they contributed rupees 200 to the fund. Okay, and we have to write the linear equation which satisfies the given data, and we have to draw the graph of the same. So we are going to do the two things. First we are going to write the linear equation, and then we have to draw the graph of the same. So let's see how to solve this. So in the question itself they have given a hint that we have to take two students contribution as rupees X and rupees Y. So let's take Yamini's donation be rupees X and Fatima's donation be rupees Y. So according to the question, what they have given, they contributed rupees 100. Together they contributed. So the word together means addition. Okay, that is X plus Y is equal to 100. Both students together they contributed 100 rupees, right? We don't know whose contribution is high, who has contributed how much, that we don't know. Just they have given both together they contributed rupees 100. So what are the possibilities are there? So these are the possibilities of this given equation, that is X plus Y is equal to 100. Together they contributed 100 rupees, right? So one member they may not give anything and only one member can give 100 rupees. That also there is a possibility, and both gives half of the amount, that is 50 and 50. So that also a possibility. And the next one, Yamini may give 100 rupees and Fatima, she may not give anything. So that also a possibility is there. That also will satisfy the condition. So these are the possibilities, that is 0, 100, 0, 100, 50, 50 and 100, 0. So these are the points which are going to plotted on the graph. So we have found out the points. Already we have written the equation. Okay, in the question they asked us to write the linear equation, that already we have written. Now we found out the points that has to plot on the graph. Let's see how to point these points in the graph. Just look at the graph given here. So we have got 3 points, right? One is 0, 100. One is 0, 100. 0 in the sense it has to taken from X axis, and 100 has to mark in Y axis. That is 0, 100. And 50, 50. In X also 50 and Y also 50. That is 50, 50 and 100, 0. 100, 0 in the sense in X axis you have to take 100 and in Y axis 0. That is 100, 0. So 3 points we have plotted on the graph, and we have drawn the straight line that has connected the 3 lines, and we have given the name of the straight line, that is X plus Y is equal to 100. So that's all. If they ask a question like this, you have to solve. Okay, first you have to write the equation, and then you have to think about the possibilities that will satisfy the given equation, and then you have to plot the given points on the graph. That's it. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 8 in the same exercise. The question is, in countries like USA and Canada, temperature is measured in Fahrenheit, whereas in countries like India it is measured in Celsius. Here is a linear equation that converts Fahrenheit to Celsius. So this is a given equation, that is F is equal to 9 by 5 into C plus 32. So by using this equation we are going to solve the given question. Okay, the first question is, draw the graph of the linear equation above using Celsius for x-axis and Fahrenheit for y-axis. We have to take Celsius for x-axis and Fahrenheit for y-axis, and we have to draw the graph of the. We will draw the graph by using this given equation. Okay, so let's move on to the question. So we have already, they have given the equation of the question, that is F is equal to 9 by 5 into C plus 32. So what we will do, if we want to draw the graph, we need a point, coordinate points, right? So for finding the coordinate points, always we will assume a value for x and y. Usually we will assume 0 for both, right, x and y. But here they have given another two variables instead of x and y. They have given f and c. So instead of c we have to assume 0, and instead of f we have to assume 0. Let's see what value we got for this two assumption. Okay, so if you imagine c as 0, then this whole term will become 0, right? So f is equal to 0 plus 32, f value will be 32. So the coordinate point will be 0, 32. And if you take f as 0, this will become 0. So 9 by 5 into c is equal to minus 32, because this 32 will go to this side. No, at that time the plus 32 will become minus 32, and if you take 9 by 5 this side, then we will write it in the reciprocal, right? So c is equal to minus 32 into 5 by 9. So if you cancel this, we cannot able to cancel, but we can multiply this 32 into 5, right? So we will get minus 160 by 9. If you divide this, you will get this value, minus 17.777. So your answer will be minus 160 by 9, 0. This is the solution of the given equation. So we got two values, 2 points we got. Now we are going to plot this in the graph. Okay, first you have to write it in a tabular column, whatever points you got from the equation, that you have to write it in a tabular column, and then you have to plot that in the graph. So the first point will be 0, 32. So in x-axis it will be 0, and in y-axis it will be 32, 0, 32. And the next one is minus 17.77. So minus 17.77, 0. That also we have plotted. Now we have to connect this 2 points through the straight line, and we have to give the name of the straight line. So this is the way you have to solve the question like this. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. The next question is, in the same question, the next subdivision. Okay, so the first subdivision we have to draw the graph. Now the second subdivision is, if the temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, what is the temperature in Fahrenheit? They have given the temperature in Celsius, and we have to write the temperature in Fahrenheit. So already we know the equation, right? So equation we have written. Now we have a value for temperature, right? So temperature is measured in Celsius. So C value they have given. So C is equal to 30 degree. So instead of C we have to substitute 30. Okay. So F is equal to 9 by 5 into 30 plus 32. So 5 and 30 will cancel. It will give 6. So 9 into 6 plus 32. 9 6 are 54. 54 plus 32 will become 86. So the temperature in Fahrenheit is 86 degree Fahrenheit. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. Third subdivision. third subdivision they have given the temperature value, that is Fahrenheit value they have given, and they asked us to find the Celsius value. So instead of F, what we have to substitute? 95. So instead of F, if you substitute 95, this 32 we will take to this side. So 95 minus 32 is equal to 9 by 5 into C. If you subtract this, you will get 60. 63 is equal to 9 by 5 into C. And this 9 by 5, if you taken to this side we will write it in the reciprocal, right? So 9 by 5 will be written as 5 by 9 into 63. So if 9 and 63, if you cancel, you will get 7 9s are 63, right? So 7 5s are 35. So C value we got, that is 35. Celsius is 35 degree Celsius. Likewise, you have to find the answer, okay? Whatever they have given, that you have to substitute instead of that variable. So let's move on to the next one. Fourth subdivision. If the temperature is 0 degree Celsius, what is the temperature in Fahrenheit? And if the temperature is 0 degree Fahrenheit, what is the temperature in Celsius? So first you have to write, instead of C, you have to mention 0 and you have to find the value of F. And the second one, instead of F, you have to assume 0 and you have to find the C value. So like the same way you have to find as we done in the fourth subdivision. In third subdivision we did know. In the same way you have to solve. Then you will get a value for Fahrenheit as well as a Celsius. So let's move on to the next one. Fifth subdivision. Is there a temperature which is numerically the same in both Fahrenheit and Celsius? So if yes, find it. Is there any temperature where Fahrenheit and Celsius is same? So what we have to do, the condition is C is equal to F. So this is our condition. So that we are going to apply here. Okay, instead of C also we are going to write F. So F is equal to 9 by 5 into F plus 32. And all the F term we have taken in the same side. So F minus 9 by 5 into F is equal to 32. Now we will take a LCM. So 5 minus 9 by 5 into F is equal to 32. That is minus 4 by 5. F is equal to 32. So if you cancel 4 and 8, you will have, 4 and 32, you will have 8. So 8 5s are minus 40. Here minus sign is there, no, near minus 4. So we will have a minus sign. So our temperature minus 40 degree, it will be the same for Fahrenheit as well as the Celsius. Okay. So like this you have to find the answer for the question based on this. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. Example 9. So in example 9, the question is, solve the equation 2x plus 1 is equal to x minus 3 and represent the solution on the number line. They have given the equation 2x plus 1 is equal to x minus 3 and we have to represent this equation on the number line. Okay. So in number line there will be only one variable, no? So here also they have given only one variable. So we can make it, we can represent this equation in number line, right? So in number line there will be only one axis, that is x axis. So let's solve the given equation. 2x plus 1 is equal to x minus 3. Let's take all x term in one side and constant term in one side. So 2x minus x is equal to minus 3 minus 1. So 2x minus x, it will be x, minus 3 and minus 1 will become minus 4. So we got the x value, that is minus 4. Let's mark this on the number line. So just look at here, this is the number line. Here we have marked x is equal to minus 4 on the number line and we have named the point. Okay. And here, hence we say that in one variable 2x plus 1 is equal to x minus 3 is a point. There is a point. Okay. So let's see the next one. Now we are going to mark the same equation on the Cartesian plane. Okay. So in Cartesian plane we have two axes. One is x-axis and another one is a y-axis. Like this only you will have a Cartesian plane. No. So in Cartesian plane we will have a two axis. So we need two variable. But here only one variable is given. So instead of y we have to take 0y. Okay, we need two variable. No. So for that we have taken two variable, that is a 0y. So already we had x value. With that we have added a 0y. Okay. Now if you want to plot anything on the graph, we need to find the points. So let's imagine y is equal to 0 and y is equal to 1 in this equation. Okay. So if you imagine y is equal to 0 and y is equal to 1, you will have the points minus 4 comma 0 and minus 4 comma 1. So these 2 points you have to draw it in the tabular column. After drawing the tabular column, then we have to plot the points on the graph. Okay. So the graph is like this. There are 2 points we got from the assumption. So that is minus 4 comma 0 and minus 4 comma 1. Minus 4 comma 0 here we have marked and minus 4 comma 1 here we have marked. So this will be the straight line. If you connect these 2 lines, it will be the straight line, and you have to give the name of the line also. Okay. So hence we say that these 2 variables will give the parallel line which is parallel line to the y-axis. Okay. This line is parallel to the y-axis. No. So these 2 are parallel. So this equation has given the parallel line to the y-axis. Let's compare these 2, number line and Cartesian plane. Okay. So if it is a one variable, that can be represented on the number line, and if you have 2 variables, that can be represented on the Cartesian plane. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. The next question is taken from exercise 4.4, question number 1. So the question is, give the geometric representation of y is equal to 3 as an equation. So if you see the geometric representation, and for one variable means it will be on the number line. If it is for 2 variable, it will be on the Cartesian plane. So the first one is a one variable. So definitely we have to make it on the number line. So let's see how to do this. Y is equal to 3 they have given. So that simply you have to mark it on the number line, that is y is equal to 3. So here only one axis, that is y axis is present here. Okay. So after mark that, we have to say that this variable is a point on this line, that you have to write. Now we are going to mark the same in 2 variable. 2 variable in the sense definitely it will be on the Cartesian plane, right? So in Cartesian plane, if you want to make something, we need 2 variables, but here we have only one variable, that is y. So for making that as a 2 variable, we have included 0x along with this equation. So this can be written as 0x plus y is equal to 3, and for plotting the graph we need a point. So we just imagine x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. So by assuming this x is equal to 0 and 1, we got 2 points, that is 0, 3 and 1, 3. With this point we are going to make a graph. Okay. So the graph is 0, 3 and 1, 3. No? So that we have marked already. So the points are 0, 3 and 1, 3 that we have marked on the graph, and it gives the parallel line to the x-axis. Okay. So now we are going to compare both the number line as well as the Cartesian plane. So for number line there is only one variable, for Cartesian plane there are 2 variables, and it gives a parallel line to x-axis. Okay. So I hope you all understand the concept clearly, and we have worked out a lot of problems. Students, please try this in your notebook and try to solve by your own. If you have any doubts, again you watch the video, then you solve by your own. Don't copy it, and work out more, practice more, and If you have any doubts, kindly watch the video again and again. It will be helpful for you to learn easily. So thanks for watching. Thank you.